kids, welcome to another exciting show of the Tipsy Irishman. With me as always is my cohort here, Mr. Jake, and in the back, I don't know if you can see him. These are pretty high. Is Mr.
Oh, your birthday,
Mr. Trace of Buffalo, and he's holding the Eagle Rare because he said I drank too much already, so he's not letting me have any right now. And today's sponsor, of course, as always, is Mr. Grinds. Grinds. Today we're going to keep this logo going for this month. It's Police Week or Police
the
Month.
Thin Blue Line one.
And it's a Thin Blue Line. This one's espresso. Really good. It supports all law enforcement. The group also supports military, fire, first responders,
EMS,
all that good stuff. I'm a big family of that. I'm sure Jake's got someone or knows someone. So, you want to get something good, get out smoking tobacco. Do you want to just have the caffeine? Go to getgrinds.com. Put in the Tipsy Irishman sent you, and that'll help me. Hopefully it'll help you. On with the show. Da-da-da.
On with the birthday show.
Yeah, this is the birthday show. My birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Double nickels, boys and girls. I'm officially old. I can't flop it anymore. 2 days ago, I could be 45, but now I'm 55, so that's not going to work.
At least you don't have like the comb over or anything like that, right? You still got all the hair.
I do, but I got the William Shatner one, so it's really good.
That was just nice.
It's going there. It's getting there.
For big episodes, we always blow it out, right? For the 100th. The last time we did a Master's Keep was the 100th.
Ooh.
We did the single Rick House and the Master's Keep Unforgotten.
Was the 100th very episode. Tasty, if I do remember myself.
Yeah, they were fantastic. These Master's Keeps are outrageous. They're so good. And we just got our hands on the Voyage, which is the latest release from a buddy of mine, like way out in Winter Garden. I overpaid for it, but I am
we tend to do that a lot, though.
But I'm just a Wild Turkey fan, man. Of the ones I have.
Fan? Is that the real word we should be using?
I should be more like slave or something.
I think whore.
Yeah,
is
anything
the real
they
word.
put out. I will say this.
Respectfully.
The new single Rick House dropped, and I see it trading on secondary over $500. And if that means MSRP on that is jumped up over $300 to $350 because it's trading at $500, ain't no way. I ain't gonna buy it. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna put my foot down.
Until I call and say, hey, I got a Rick House, you want it?
No, 300 something. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
The first one was great,
but
these are even creeping out.
It wasn't worth that either, though. What
no.
did we pay? Dude.
Well, it wasn't worth it compared to the 13. The 13's $99. If you can get a 13 at retail, 13 blows Rick House out of the water. But it's just expensive. They're delicious, but man, the MSRP on them is just
what did you
high.
spend? It was $280.
I think it was like $279 in tax.
I think it was
$279 in tax. Well, these are creeping
delicious,
out.
but not worth it.
I bought Master's Keep Unforgotten, which was last year's release, and when I bought that at retail last year, it was like $220. This comes out this year. This is Master's Keep Voyage, and it dropped around $260 retail plus tax, and that's just what they were going for. And most places were charging over $3. I think if you were getting one from a local guy, they were marking them up a bit. They're over $3. That's crazy. They're delicious. They're one-off releases. The packaging is fantastic. Wild Turkey is great, but man, at that price point, it's just a tough pill to swallow. So.
He goes high. I try to find stuff low that tastes great.
Yeah, right. Ancient Age 10 was delicious.
That's how we balance out.
We warmed up with some Ancient Age 10, and that was my first time. It was awesome.
10-star, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah,
my new favorite everyday drink. Yeah.
So what we've got is Master's Keep 1 because we've already done Unforgotten. This is an older release. I traded for this one recently. We've had it for around maybe 4 or 5 months, and the Master's Keep Voyage is a brand new release. Just hit the streets here a couple weeks ago.
Fresh off the presses.
Completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they're Wild Turkey products. All right. So what you've got with the Master's Keep Voyage is I think it was a 10-year aged minimum that was finished in. Yeah, so it's a 10-year bourbon finished in Jamaican pot still rum casks. So this is going to be rum finished.
Kind of like the other one we did a couple shows ago. The rum cask.
Did we do another rum cask?
I think so.
The only ones I think I've had is the Bardstown. I've had the Bardstown rums that I liked a lot. I thought they did a really good job with those, so it'll be interesting to see what the rum finish does to turkey. Full transparency, I opened this the minute I got it, and I tried it, and I was not super pumped. And I called the guy that I got it from because we were just chit-chatting about tasting notes, and he's like, give it a week and go back to it because it changes, it had to get a little air on it, and at that point he was right. I've hit this probably 2 or 3 times now, and it did change drastically over that first week and a half from when I initially opened it to what it's tasting now. So you're going to get the best end of it because it's been sitting around. And this is Master's Keep 1. This was the first Master's Keep I ever had. I had a work dinner. It was like a work appreciation dinner. They were footing the bill. And they had it sitting behind the bar. It was like $30 a pour. I think I had 4 pours that night on the company dime because it was just really, really good. It's the first high-end turkey stuff I've ever had.
Here's what I have to say. Bourbon and whiskey is excellent. Free bourbon and whiskey is
way better.
Magnificent.
So what this is a blend of 9 and 14 year. That was actually finished through second maturation in toasted and charred oak barrel. So if you remember last week,
almost 30 years old.
yeah, right when you add them together. If you remember last week, we had that Jack Daniels that was finished. It was twice barreled, and it was finished in charred and toasted barrels,
and delicious,
and very, very good. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of similar notes we get out of the Master's Keep One to the Jack Daniels that we just had. For those who haven't seen the packaging is super, super cool. Cool looking bottles, heavy stoppers, tons of information on them. They give you a whole write up on what the release is and what they did to make it special. So, in our big blends, we've got the Master's Keep One.
To make you feel less bad about what you paid.
Yeah, it makes you feel bad. I'm telling you, I think when this one came out, this was like the 2020 or 2021 release. MSRP on this was below 200, and it's just been slowly creeping up. The market's resetting. Every year, new releases are dropping in that $300 range, and people are buying them anyway. So they're just going to keep doing it, guys. The Willet 8-year weeded dropped at like $269. The single Rickhouse dropped at $279. This the new Master's Keep dropped around $270.
What the Maker's Mark drop at? Both the was it the BPE?
Oh, those are like 70, 80
Those
bucks.
aren't bad.
Those aren't bad. The brand new Maker's Mark that just hit Florida, my buddy's been blowing my phone up all day, is the Cellar Age, which is 10 or 11 year Maker's Mark. First old age-stated Maker's Mark, and they're hitting here in Florida around 150, 160. So even those are starting to pop up.
We might be able to do that. That's Southern.
Could be. I'm trying desperately to get my hands on it. I love Maker's Mark. And I knew this was coming for a while, so if you guys that don't know.
We'll make a couple phone calls. I guess we'll talk to somebody.
In the state of Kentucky, they have to actually register the labels for the whiskey ahead of the release. You have to basically trademark the labels, and those trademarks are public. And so everybody knows what's coming. If you're in these different groups, they're going to be talking about it forever. That label has been circulating the internet for 5 months. We've known it's coming for a while because they put the age statement on it, they put the name on it, all that cool stuff. Right, so you can kind of stay on top of the things that are coming out, which is cool. But then I've been antsy about it for months. I love Maker's Mark. Anybody who's seen this channel knows we love Maker's Mark here. The 46 Cask, the 46 French.
I don't think I've had a bad one yet.
No. So I'm desperate to get my hands on one. I'll probably end up overpaying for that.
I've had a lot of bad stuff on this show, though.
Yeah,
Only a couple.
So in our big blend, we've got Master's Keep One. This is 9 and 14 year wild turkey juice, finished in charred and toasted barrels, which
I smell that immediately.
So you get that kind of marshmallow note, right? Isn't that interesting? Now you'll never forget that. Forever and a day, you'll pick up a glass and go, it's kind of got a sweet marshmallow note. I wonder if it's toasted.
I just love that charred smell.
It's fantastic. The nose on that's outrageous. Older turkey stuff to me, when you get into that, anything over 8 year in the wild turkey, it gets this really deep funk on the nose that is instantly recognizable. It's just great. I love it. I think the nose on the older turkey stuff is fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah, you getting that little bit
Full
of
disclosure,
marshmallow?
I've had this before.
Yeah, we broke this out on, you guys were for 4th of July. Yeah, we broke this out on 4th of July.
We broke a lot of stuff open on 4th of July.
Yeah, that was a long day the next day.
As far as I know, I don't remember any of it, but I was told.
It's got a little more ethanol to it than the Jack did last week, but that Jack was 100 proof.
That's funny you say ethanol. I say what did it say? I use
Pink thinner or
pink
something.
thinner, yeah. Not pink thinner. I can't remember.
God, man, that finish is fantastic.
For what you get when it hits you in the face and the nose, to what it tastes like when you taste it, night and day.
Night and day.
And
yeah, it's got a great nose, but it's very, very good.
It's super smooth. What's the? Oh, I gotta do it. Okay.
I'm not telling you the proof. You gotta figure it out. Profound.
I'm gonna go. Not since the last COVID.
Great nose, great mouthfeel, real viscous, real oily.
That's so mellow going
it's
in though.
It's older turkey juice. So it's gonna have that.
I'm gonna say 105.
101, I think. I think it's
Woo!
50.5.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
It's only taking a year, boys and girls.
Wonderful smell on that.
Still a problem with milk, but
It's interesting though. The nose is different from the palate, but they're both great.
Yeah, you need that. I kind of like to try this without choking myself. Kind of do this sniff while I drink. On some of them.
Yeah, you can kind of breathe in through the nose while you're swallowing. It'll get you though. You're gonna get all the notes doing that.
I'm amazed for how mellow it is. For how
it's definitely not as
robust
strong
the smell is.
in the toasted marshmallow graham crackery s'more range like the Jack was last week,
Or the campfire.
or the campfire. But
That's
heavy,
super s'morey.
that heavy toasted. This doesn't taste like. I wouldn't have known that this had a heavy toast on it. The nose kind of gives it away, but the palate doesn't. The Palate's still very, very good. Great finish.
It is so mellow.
Another one of these that I think could stand a little more proof. I think you got up around that 110 range, and that finish would be better. Finish is still
A little
lingering.
more hug.
Yeah. I mean, it's hanging out. It's good.
It's definitely hanging out.
But I think it
But
could,
not in a bad way.
yeah. I think it could have been just slightly better on that finish. But that's wonderful. And that's just a really, really good pour. Our next glass. So
You need water? You're good.
I'm good. It's all turkey stuff. It's all basically the same. So this is Master's Keep Voyage. Finished in a rum cask. I've got a couple rum finished things at the house. Actually, they're both Bardstown. The Bardstown
Hello.
Foursquare. And,
Hello, rum.
yeah, right? Very sweet.
Hello, rum.
Super sweet on the nose. I mean, when you
Waiting for pirates to come try to get it from me.
can take a huge breath of that, nowhere near the type of ethanol that you
Oh,
were getting on this one, which is interesting, and that's coming from that rum influence. So when you rum
Definitely.
finish bourbon, it sweetens it out and it softens everything, and that's why people were kind of griping.
And anything that we've had that had any kind of rum, anything in it, that is rum.
So people were really griping because, again, older
Weird,
turkey
right?
has a very distinct palate and nose to it, and the rum finish here is kind of cutting that.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, right. It's
You ever smelled some bourbon or whiskey and you got in there and you're like, I want to figure it all out, and it just says no, just smell. That's
the note I get
You
out
know
of this
the-
one, and people, my buddies think I'm nuts. It reminds me of pineapple. I get a weird pineapple on the nose because it's kind of bright and acidic, but not ethanol astringent. It's just
maybe Caribbean-ish.
yeah. But I think that's just the rum influence. Maybe I'm
Well,
thinking of
I
just
don't know
pina
what it's called.
coladas or something.
I want to be with you sometime. The power of suggestion. Oh yeah, it's pineapple. Absolutely.
It's something.
We don't always agree, boys and girls.
Cheers.
We'll try it out.
We're gonna see if it tastes.
How bad can it? How bad can it be? Doesn't taste at all like it smells. That's
The rum comes through on the finish. I don't get it on the palate. I don't get it on the initial
almost.
tongue.
What is it? We had was the Maker's Mark with a little cognac in it?
Oh, that was Old Elk and Joe Mag Cigar Blend.
A skosh of cognac right in the top of the palate.
The finish on this one,
Like
though,
my hand signals for that.
the finish on this one is lasting. I'm getting it in the gums more than I got on the one. The finish is lasting a little longer, which is interesting because I would have thought that rum would have just
I almost
softened the
want to say
whole
this
thing.
is because it's less. I want to say it's higher proof, but maybe not.
Let's see. I haven't even looked.
I'm gonna say.
Hmm.
Well, that just threw me off.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm gonna say 110.
106. They're pretty close.
I'm in the ballpark, guys.
But that's
I'm hitting a triple at least.
That's kind of where that better finish is coming from. Even though it's only five proof points, it's enough that I like the finish on the Voyage significantly better. I do think though that rum finish
Maybe mixed them.
softens the don't mix them. That softens the turkeyness of it, if that for lack of a better term. I wouldn't have told you this was wild turkey blend, which is kind of.
I was just gonna say that when you were saying
It doesn't remind me of any Russell's product I've ever had. It doesn't remind me of any other turkey products I've ever had. It doesn't have that quintessential
it doesn't have the
turkey
burn.
funk. It's
I like that. The funk.
it's very mellow. It's very bright.
Yeah, if you gave me this, if you put a bunch of turkeys together, and said which one isn't the turkey, I would have said this.
The
makes
nose,
sense.
it does, but the nose still turkey-esque. It's just the palate's just not there. Again, I don't think it's bad. I think it's delicious. I think it's still a very, very good pour. But if what you're coming
I
into
kind of
this
like
one-
to see what it tastes like when you first opened it. See how you didn't really like it.
now it's got more of a fruit note on the palate than it did when I first opened it. When I first opened it, it was kind of thin. But now there's kind of some complexity and some layers to it. And
But if I was choosing, all day. No? Yes?
yeah, but to be fair, this is older
To be fair.
and toasted, which are two things that are right up my alley.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right, so this has got 14 year in it, plus it's toasted. Again, we're huge fans of any distillery that's going to experiment and do weird stuff. All about that life, right? Jack Daniels is doing a bunch
I'm
of
a
weird
weird
stuff.
dude, so that works out perfect.
Turkey doing some weird stuff. I don't think that this is a miss,
No.
but I don't think it's a $300 bottle.
No.
I think that's the difference. Where here, I can taste the age and I can taste the value, for lack of a better term. Where with this,
I
what you're
get
getting
you.
is something different, and it may not suit your palate, which is a huge risk, right? I mean, they're going to sell out everywhere. There's no way this sits on the shelf anywhere in the country just because of what it is. But turkey took a big risk, right? This is going to turn some people off. I know when this was first announced, there was a lot of my friends are like, "Oh man, they rum finished turkey. I don't think it's not for me." And now that I have this bottle, I've got a lot of buddies that have been hitting me up for a sample. Everybody's curious about what it is, but nobody wants to front the money to find out. You know what I mean?
Samples aren't always free, kids.
Well, you gotta come through with some snacks.
Yeah.
I'm a snack guy. Bring me some food. You can drink whatever you want.
Yeah. Bring a lower level bottle. Yeah, something. Just bring them some kind of turkey. You're fine.
Yeah, you bring me a Russell Store Picker, and it would be kind of interesting to put this up against like a good Russell Store Pick or like a Russell's 13, or to provide you some context. Are they limited releases? Absolutely. Are you never going to see them again? 100%. Are they very, very cool looking? No doubt. They look great on the shelf. The packaging is fantastic. They are good, but man, at that price point, it's getting to the point where, like you said, that next single Rick House that's out, if it's anywhere near $300, I'm a pass. It's just what it is.
What really sucks is when it's super delicious and you go, but it's still not worth the money.
It's just not worth the money.
Yeah, that's sad.
Mm.
It's sad. That's why I get my Buckers on the outside.
Well, to be fair, this was what, $32.99 or something.
It's 40 at Publix. It's when you can get it. It's 42 and change. They just went up a little bit.
So that each
That's
gifted
under 100.
I gifted Ed an EHL for his birthday. Happy birthday. I got a backup in the vault today. It was $55, right? And so
That's why it pays to have great friends who love bourbon.
I can get 6 of those for the price of this Master's Keep. And
You can get 5 of the single barrel.
Almost. It was like 4-ish, but yeah. And again, so that's where that cost value always comes into play.
I do think it's weird when you can find something that's amazing that's under $100,
Mm-hmm.
and you spend $300. You're like, it's very sad.
I would say for the Voyage, if you got somebody that's got one, or you got a bar around you that has it for sale, go try it first. I would hate for you to go drop $300 and be insanely disappointed. I'm not insanely disappointed. I do think it's still very delicious. It's just at that price point, it's.
And he's a turkey collector.
Yeah, I'm a turkey collector.
Poor.
Right, I very much enjoy the turkeys. So take it with a grain of salt that I'm probably a little biased here. If you put this in a double blind and just didn't tell me what it was, maybe I wouldn't be as impressed with it. You know what I mean? There's definitely some bias.
I almost want to put a couple, 3 rum finished items in front of you, see if you can pick it out.
Yeah, right. Like I said, I got a couple of the Barstown rum finish. They're solid. Even those Bartown rum finish were like $120, $130. They weren't cheap either.
They were good though.
They're very good. The Barstown stuff's fantastic, and now that they're making their own juice, even their own juice is really, really good. But it's half the price of this. So again, I default back to that. This is 10-year turkey product that was finished for some length of time in a rum
I gotta
barrel.
say, for the smoothness of it, for 10 years, it's pretty impressive too.
Yeah, but again, think back to like a Russell's 10 or a Russell Store Pick that's around 10 years. A lot of those Russell Store Picks come out in that 8, 9, 10 year range. Very, very delicious, but those are like $79, $80.
Yeah.
So you're charging me a premium for a finished Russell Store Pick, and I just don't know how pumped I am about that. But the one is a buy on site. This is fantastic. Love the proof on it. Love that toasted finish. 14-year bourbon. It's a mix of 9 and 14. It's got the age on it. It's not that leathery tobacco age. It's not that super old stuff.
I love it just for the smell.
Yeah, again,
The smell is delicious.
both delicious, but at that price point, you got to be willing to either bite the bullet or not.
You know what I'm saying? Well, listen. If you guys can find it and you want to try it, go get it. It's around.
It is around. This hit my buddy got a bunch from independent stores out in like West Orlando, like Winter
I
Garden.
could have sworn. Hold on. I have a lot of stuff. I follow the Total Wine. I think I saw some in the case of Total Wine somewhere.
Maybe. I still kick myself.
Was it a Walmart? Might have been a Walmart.
My first Volt invite, the ABC Volt's a buy-in program here that we have in Central Florida. My first Volt invite, I didn't know what Master's Keep was, and I rolled right by one. And I kicked myself. I bought like an E.H. Taylor small batch or something just because I knew what it was. Because I was like, oh man, $180 wild turkey, what could that possibly be? Well, it's delicious.
Delicious, that's what it can be.
So,
Be something on your shelf that people go, oh my god, you got that?
yeah, lesson learned. I know a little better now, but they're out there. Like I said, most independents are selling them up around $300, and I just think that's too much. Even the retail at it around $260-ish it's a little borderline.
I freak out over. over 200. Like, oh, wow, damn. One of my friends, if you like that, if you can find it, go get it. As always, thank you, Jake. Thank you for the birthday love.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see you on the next show. Always remember to drink one for us, because we're drinking one for you. Not right now, but we will when we hang up here. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for showing up.